Happy Friday, Tigers. Welcome back to Trace another episode of News Clues. Today is Friday, November 11th, and you've got news. We're your hosts,
Malia Miller
and Deegan Riesinger.
Here are today's announcements.
On Wednesday, News Clues began our first game. What's the Word Wednesday has aired and featured the word trace. To play, listen carefully for the word, which will continue being used from today to next Tuesday. Your first period will keep track of how many times that word is used on News Clues. Classes with the correct tally will be entered to win a prize.
On the sports front today, boys basketball is having a game in Lincoln County.
Speaking of sports, our 8th grade football team is going to state this weekend. In honor of their accomplishments and to get everyone hyped for Saturday's game, we are having a pep rally today.
SCOP will meet on Monday, November 14th. If you're attending, dismiss from 6th period at 3:30 and have arrived by 4:30. If you're doing a regional project, you need to attend the meeting or email Ms. Joyner.
Good news, students. The book fair is coming next week.
What?
The book fair is coming.
I'm so excited. Let's trace the way that students can visit the book fair.
Students will come to the library to shop at the book fair with their English class one day next week.
Students who have money to spend at the shop can sign up for win time Wednesday through Friday.
Finally, students who have money can also shop at the book fair in mornings before school starts. Only students who are actively shopping and have money to spend will be allowed to enter the library in the morning next week. Ms. Joyner apologizes for the inconvenience.
For today's lunch, you have your choice of Mandarin chicken with an egg roll with sides of fried rice, steamed broccoli, and a fortune cookie.
And that's it for today, Tigers. Don't forget to stay tuned for the clues.
On tomorrow's news. See you then.
Good morning, Tigers. We are a part of a group called Sources of Strength. For our November campaign, we are doing a food drive and would like you to bring in as many food items as you can. The top class in each grade level will earn a donut party. 6th grade students will turn in their food items to their second period teachers. 7th and 8th grade students will turn their food items into their first period teachers.
The food drive will start this Friday, November 4th, and run through Friday, November 18th. Food collection will only be for 2 weeks, so we need your help to have a successful food drive.
We will be posting flyers and a list of food items that are needed around the school building, so please be on the lookout.
November is the month of being thankful, and we are thankful you are at WCMS.
Have you heard about this new game, Darkroom? They say once you start, there's no going back. You either capture 7 ghosts with your phone, or you lose. The ghosts can show up anytime, anywhere. In your house, at your school, while you sleep. You have to be ready, because when you play Darkroom, there are no second lives. Hunt down a copy of Darkroom at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Hey, I'm Chad Wildclay.
And I'm V Quaint.
And we're the Spy Ninjas.
We are so excited to have a new graphic novel coming out.
Called Spy Ninjas Virtual Reality Madness.
Inside this awesome graphic novel, you're going to see familiar faces like Chad Wildclay, V Quaint, Daniel Gizmo, Regina Genera, and Melvin PZ9.
First, you'll see the Spy Ninjas infiltrate an old Project Zorgo warehouse. We discovered some virtual reality goggles. V and I put them on, but unfortunately they get locked onto our faces. Now we are trapped inside of a virtual reality world controlled by the evil hacker group Project Zorgo. Meanwhile, Daniel, Regina, and Melvin are back at the safe house trying to fend off hackers from attacking the house. To see what happens next, look for our graphic novel, Spy Ninjas Virtual Reality Madness, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Don't turn the lights out just yet. The creator of the Five Nights at Freddy's video games about creepy machines come to life is back with 2 new chill-inducing book series. Tales from the Pizzaplex and the Fazbear Frights graphic novel collections. 3 new horrifying, harrowing stories in each book. 3 new ways to keep you up all night long. Look for these terrifying new tales and other Five Nights at Freddy's books at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Jessie Ramsey is the newest member of the Babysitters Club. Between her family, ballet, and the BSC, she's got a lot going on. When the club gets a new charge, a boy named Matt who's deaf and uses sign language to communicate, Jessie steps up to learn sign language. Things can be a little tough for Matt sometimes, but Jessie soon realizes it's like Matt has his own secret language. And it turns out Jessie knows a secret language of her own as well. But sometimes the best secrets are ones you get to share with your friends. The Babysitters Club, Jessie's secret language.
The Berlin Wall appeared overnight, dividing my city in two. West Berlin was a democracy. East Berlin, my part of the city, was controlled by the communists. So many people died trying to cross this wall, including my brother.
This wall has been here my entire life. I wonder what people in West Berlin think of their communist neighbors. Do they hate us as much as we're taught to hate them?
Even though the risks are great, my family and I are going to leave this place.
My parents were labeled traitors and exiled to West Berlin when I was little. I want to rejoin them.
We need to.
I want to escape.
Find Escape to East Berlin at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Your favorite YouTube gaming family is back. The stars of FGTV are returning for another epic adventure. Duddy and pesky neighbor Cecil find themselves in quite the mix-up. Literally. After an unwanted upgrade, they end up switching bodies, and things go from basic to bonkers. But they've got even bigger problems, because an evil gaming ghost has been released. Can the family's new gaming suits help save the day? Or will Duddy and Cecil be stuck in each other's bodies forever? To find out, look for FGTV, The Switcheroo Rescue at your Scholastic Book Fair.
4 different kids, 3 different disasters, 2 degrees of temperature rise, 1 single cause, climate change. Hi, I'm Alan Gratz, and if you liked my other books like Refugee and Ground Zero, I think you'll love my new book, 2 Degrees. Akira, Owen, George, and Natalie will come to understand that they are deeply connected in ways that will change their lives and, just maybe, change the world.
Hi folks, I'm Rex Ogle. I'm the author of Free Lunch. Like most of you, I entered middle school a little bit scared. Elementary was such a wonderful experience, but entering 6th grade, I was dealing with wanting to join the football team, trying to figure out my locker combinations and where my classes were, but I was also dealing with poverty and domestic violence at home. Free Lunch is a story that I didn't want to write. It's something that I was embarrassed about and ashamed of. But as I got older, I realized it was an important story to tell. On the first day of 6th grade, I found out that I was going to be on the Free Lunch program. I didn't know how it worked or what to do. So when lunch came around, I had got my food, I got in line, and I waited. I was nervous because the kids around me were just reaching into their pocket and pulling out money to pay for their lunches. I didn't have any money in my pocket. Over the years, I read articles about other kids living under the poverty line. There are 14.5 million children under the age of 18 living under the poverty line. That's 1 in 5 kids. I was one of those kids. If you're going through it, you should know, first and foremost, you are not alone. And there are resources. There are places you can reach out to. You can also reach out to a teacher or even a librarian. Writing Free Lunch helped me revisit that. It wasn't easy to write, but I felt it was an important story so that some of those children, some of those 14.5 million kids, can understand that they're not alone. Look for my book, Free Lunch, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
I was just getting the hang of the whole Spider-Man thing, keeping Brooklyn safe and still finishing my homework, when things went sideways at a video game launch. Everyone playing the game was frozen in place, thanks to a guy called The Stranger, one of the most powerful bad dudes in any universe. I need all the help I can get to stop him, for my superhero and supervillain friends. It's just the fate of the world at stake. No pressure, right?
In the 1930s, Ukraine, with its rich farmland, was known as the breadbasket of Europe.
and a dictator wanted complete control of it.
Imagine you're a farmer, and at the end of the day, you're coming home. And as you round the corner, you see all these strangers. They look like an invading army marching down the main street, and they've come to invade your village. My name is Marcia Skripek, and I'm the author of Winterkill. Winterkill is inspired by true events. It's a time in history when a young boy tried to stop a tyrant from erasing the Ukrainian nation and culture. The Holodomor is what this book is set during. I wanted to write about this story because it seemed that people didn't know about it at all. It was really important to talk about this because those things that we don't talk about will be repeated. And this is happening right now. Neil is just this kid, just like you. He just wants simple things out of life. But everything changes on the day the young pioneers come marching down his street. And certainly not for the good.
Find Winterkill at your Scholastic Book Fair.
I'm scared of pretty much everything. Heights, drowning, falling. But the thing I should have been scared of the most was fire. My parents weren't home that night. I was the one who pulled my little sister out of the fire. Her life will never be the same. And the worst part of all, the shameful secret I can't let anyone know, it was all my fault. After the fire, my parents banished me across the country to my grandparents' house until my sister feels better again. Who knows? Maybe I can do some healing too. Find Controlled Burn at your Scholastic Book Fair.
This is Rosie, a teeny kitten found alone on a cold, dark street when she was just a few days old. When her new mom took her home, Rosie wouldn't even eat. Until Lilo the husky got involved. At first, the family was worried Lilo's size might scare Rosie, but Rosie curled up in Lilo's fur, and it was clear she thought Lilo was her mother. Rosie and Lilo were inseparable after that, going on hikes, taking road trips, kayaking. Now they're basically famous. But all that matters to them is being there for each other every step of the way. Look for Rosie's story at your Scholastic Book Fair.